Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be focusing on the RAM-7 and I'm going to be giving you guys a best class up to use for this weapon. Now, this weapon in my opinion is probably one of the best weapons in the game at the moment. It's very nice to use. Such a nice weapon to use. It's got a nice fast fire rate, high magazine size and hardly any recoil, so it's a very fun and nice weapon to use, so I definitely recommend you guys giving this class up a go. So I'm just going to get straight into this. If you do enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel, that'd be amazing. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm around about 500 away, so that'd be absolutely amazing. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. So the first one is going to be the monolithic suppressor. This increases the damage range, of course, and then it also suppresses the weapon just a little bit. So this is a really good attachment. It's basically just going to boost the range up by a little bit, and it's also going to suppress your weapon. So having a suppressed weapon is actually a lot nicer than you think, because a lot of people don't know where you're shooting from because it's a lot more quiet. Next up though is the XRK Ranger. This is the last one you unlock, and this boosts up a lot of stats. It increases the control, it increases the range, and it also increases the accuracy. So overall this is just going to make the weapon have a lot better accuracy, and also it's going to have it make it have a little bit better range as well. Now this weapon kind of needs a little bit extra range because it's got probably one of the lowest ranges on most of the assault rifles, but it is still a very nice weapon, and it still does have good amount of range on it. So next up is going to be the range foregrip. This increases the recoil control and the aiming stability, therefore in just increasing the control and also increasing the accuracy. As you can see on this weapon, the accuracy is really high on the stats. So when you do use this weapon, even if your accuracy is absolutely awful, you should be able to hit pretty much all your shots with this weapon. Next up is going to be the 50 round mags. This is a must have on most weapons. I always put extended mags on pretty much every single weapon, just because it allows me to basically just have more ammo, and it's very good in those like gunfights where there's more than like 3 people, because you can easily kill every single one of them if you are good enough. And also when you are rushing, you don't have to spend time reloading as often, and a lot of the time reloading can get you killed. Next up, stipple grip tape. Stipple grip tape is going to be increasing the mobility, so it's going to let you aim down the sight faster, and also it's going to let you sprint, fire after sprinting a lot quicker as well. Anyway, that is the class up. If you guys are now going to click off the video, then thank you for watching, but I do recommend you guys watching the rest of the video. I'm just going to be talking about some tips and tricks about using this weapon and the best ways to actually go ahead and use it. So with this weapon, like I mentioned earlier, the mobility on this weapon is a little bit slower than your average assault rifle. So I do recommend you guys pre-aiming corners. If you guys notice in the gameplay, before I actually enter or go around a corner, I do sometimes, quite often, make sure I'm already aiming down the sight. That's just because it's going to help me be prepared if there is someone there. So as you guys just saw there, like, I recommend you guys just, before you go around a corner or before you look out a window, I recommend you guys already having your sights aimed in. This is just going to help you guys out a lot, because the ADS speed on this weapon isn't exactly the fastest, so it's definitely going to help you out. The next thing I love about this weapon as well is the iron sights. As you can see, the iron sights on this weapon are super clean. They're really small, they are the perfect size, and you can kill people at pretty much any range with these iron sights. It doesn't matter if they're across the other side of the map, you guys are going to have like not a difficult job at all getting kills with this weapon. So it doesn't matter how far away the enemies are, you can literally beam them across the map at all times. Now I got in a little bit of a spawn trap here, unfortunately, in this gameplay. They did end up spawn trapping me, which kind of sucked, but yeah, you can kill people of head glitches as well with this weapon extremely easy. That's probably one of the best things I found about this weapon. If you guys play shoot house a lot, and you know, each side of the spawn has that own little kind of ledge that people snipe, or they use a marksman rifle, or they just use an assault rifle with a thermal scope on or something. A lot of people are on that head glitch all the time, always head glitching, looking into the other side of the map and looking down the middle of the map. And when they do this, it's so easy to kill them off it with this weapon. I found that so many times. Like when I was using this weapon, I was killing people off those head glitches a lot more easier than I normally would. Normally it'd be kind of difficult to kill those people off head glitches, especially at longer ranges, because obviously it's hard to shoot a very small target, because the only thing that really shows is their head. But with this weapon, I was finding that I was killing these people a lot more quicker with this weapon. Now, I don't know if it is, but with this weapon as well, I feel like there's a faster like damage multiplier when you aim for the head. I might be incorrect on this, but I don't know what it is. But whenever I aim for the head, or like I said before, if there's anyone ever on a head glitch, for example, I would always end up killing them extremely quickly with literally no problem at all. So I'm not sure if the head multiplier is any different, but it really does seem like it. Now, this weapon is pretty decent at all ranges, like I said before, so if you are going up close range, I recommend you guys sticking on maybe a few attachments that increase the mobility just a little bit. But yeah, like I said before, pre-aiming with this weapon is going to be very helpful. I do really like this weapon. With this weapon, when I use it, I do play pretty I play pretty passively, if you guys know what that means. So I do run around the map, of course. I don't camp or anything like that, but when I do use this weapon, I don't use it like I would use an M4A1, for example. Like, I don't just rush around the map and aim in straight away as soon as I see people. Like that guy, for example, there. If I had an MP5, or if I had, let's say, an M4A1, I have a feeling I probably would have won that gunfight 99% of the chance if I had an M4A1 or an MP5. But with this weapon, the ADS and the mobility is a little bit slow, so if you do run into an unexpected enemy, then you're probably going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage, and unless their accuracy isn't very good, then you're probably going to die quite a bit still. But still, this weapon is really nice, so I still recommend you guys giving it a go, of course. But yeah, like I said before, this weapon really shines at the long distant gunfights or the medium range gunfights. So for example, if I'm looking outside a window and I see a few people outside running, I'm going to kill those 100% of the time. You'll see it in the gameplay quite a few times. I do see people like just outside of a window and I can kill them pretty easily. So listen, this is the kind of example here. So this is the best like way to use this weapon. So as you guys can see, I'm playing quite passively. I'm protecting this little area here, and every single time I see someone, I kill them pretty much straight away. It's a very easy weapon to use. Like I said before, not much recoil at all. This is where the weapon shines, right here. This is the kind of playstyle you guys want with this weapon. So I recommend you guys playing pretty slowly, aiming down the sights quite a lot whenever you have a feeling there might be someone there, just because this weapon is going to be really good at those long ranges. This weapon also has basically 0 recoil on it. It's got a tiny bit of recoil, but if you're good at controlling recoil, then you guys are not going to have any problem at all with controlling the recoil. So this weapon is going to have a super nice accuracy at basically all ranges. So like I said, the way to use this weapon is playing quite passively, so aiming down the sight before you go around a corner, trying to pick off those longer range gunfights. The range on this weapon is very good, and also the accuracy and fire rate on this weapon is very good. All those combined, that's probably the main reason why it is a very good weapon, and why it's so good at killing those people at long distances and on head glitches. So very quick fire rate, very accurate shot, hardly any recoil. So all of those things combined with the it's got quite a long range as well. The range isn't as much as it would be on another assault rifle, but the range is still pretty decent. But all of those things combined make for a very good, easy weapon to use. So that's basically been it for today's video, guys. If you guys have used this weapon, by the way, make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below of what class setup you are using on it. I'd be interested in learning the class setup you use, because I might want to try it out myself, and if I do try it out and it's really good, I will make a video on it and I'll give you guys a little bit of a shout out for giving me the class. But yeah, what is your class setup? Also, how are you guys liking Warzone? It's been out for a couple of weeks now, so I'm quite interested. How are you guys finding Warzone? Personally, I think it is really good. If you guys are enjoying it and there's any kind of videos you guys would like me to make on it, I will be uploading a bunch of Warzone videos, so definitely stay tuned for those Warzone videos and all of my future uploads. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.